In this video, I'm going to give an example of finding the volume of a composite shape, and a composite shape being where two or more shapes are put together, and we have to find the volume of the entire thing. So if you take a look at the example that I have up on top there, we are looking at finding the volume of this, call it an upside down ice cream cone if you really want. It's a hemisphere topped by a cone. And we're given the dimensions of both. There, we're given the radius and we're given the height of the cone, and the radius of the cone is equal to the radius of the hemisphere. Now, when you are finding the volume of a composite shape, the important thing will, in this case here, will be to find the volume of both individual shapes that you know, as there is a whole bunch of different pieces together. And then we're going to add them together once we are finished. And that will give us our entire volume. So let's start off with the cone. I'm going to start off with the cone. It doesn't really matter where we start, but we'll start with the cone, and then we'll move to the hemisphere afterwards. Our formula for a cone is pi r squared h divided by 3. This is our base times height divided by 3 formula for all pyramids. A cone is that special case where our base is pi r squared. We know the radius is 4, we know the height is 10, and so we'll plug those values in and we'll come up with a volume of 167.55 cubic centimeters. Now remember, if at any point you want to pause the video and you want to try these ones on your own, that'd be awesome, and then come back and try to figure out, did you get the same answer as me? That'd be great. It's really good practice, and it gives you a chance to kind of see, are you working on it correctly and doing it properly. Now, we have this volume here. If your number is a little bit different than mine, that's okay. If you use 3.14 instead of the pi button on your calculator, there is a chance that your number will be a little bit different than me, as you rounded slightly different than I did with my pi value. All right, now that we know the cone, we're going to move on to the hemisphere. Now, the hemisphere, it is a half ball or a half sphere, and so we're going to use our hemisphere formula. Now, you'll notice that I've taken the sphere formula, 4 pi r cubed divided by 3, and I've just divided it by 2. So we put that together, and now we have a volume formula for our hemisphere. Plug the radius in. Now, the radius is the same for the hemisphere as it is for the cone, because you'll notice those bases at the bottom, those circles at the bottom, the bases, they're exactly the same. So we're only given the one measurement, so we assume on that, and the drawing really shows it, that we have the same one, and we'll get a volume of 134.04 cubic centimeters. So that's for our hemisphere. Now, we have both. The difference between surface area and volume is that in volume, we don't have certain pieces that we have to subtract unless it's being cut out of our composite shape. So therefore, this one here, we're not subtracting anything. All we got to do, or we found the volume for both pieces, all we got to do, add them together. So add them together, 167.55 cubic centimeters plus 134.04 cubic centimeters, and we get a total of 301.59 cubic centimeters. Now, I hope that you've maybe been following along and trying these on your own and you got the same answer. That would be awesome. If you didn't, gladly try it again, or see if you can find some help as to where you may have made a mistake. If you've maybe done a calculation error, forgot to divide by 3, something along those lines, double check those numbers. Thank you for watching.